FN2187. All right, so we got some Finn showing up here. It's not YT300 or no. Hang on.
It's not YT300.
Hang on. What am I thinking of?
It's this guy.
1337. No, I know Finn. I know Finn. I'm thinking of the other one from the original Star Wars and episodes 1, 2, and 3. Every single movie has something 1137. Oh goodness, I'm a Star Wars nerd. I should know this.
You also should have probably it's 2187, not 2087.
2187. All right, I'll fix that just for you. Just for
Come on. Yasao got banned.
Yes, I saw you correct me on Twitter for that one.
I loved your response to that.
But taking him away, we still don't have the Darius banned, but might still get banned from the side of Team Finn, as Delicious Seal is on the side of Team for the meta, and Sharky Lol showing up. I'm really interested in seeing who Sharky Lol plays. And I'll keep some of the picks quiet until he actually picks someone, because we still have a lot of banning left, and I don't want to throw it out, as we probably have a lot of people that are watching and playing at the moment. So we'll keep it quiet. But THX1138, thank you. G Deadlist, thank you. Okay, Death's Design. You should play Urgot. We haven't seen an Urgot in a while.
We haven't seen an
Raise
Urgot
your
in a while, you're right.
hyper kinetic position reversers. I would love to see him play it again. He did get remade. He's not the same old Urgot, rip old Urgot, but his ult is still pretty fun. And yeah, I want to see you play Urgot in the jungle. Let's go.
You know what would be a really interesting game mode?
What's that?
If they brought back all of the old versions of champions.
Okay, so
just
that's
like a game mode of the day. I know it would be like hell on development, and I doubt they'd do it, but I think it'd be cool.
I think it would be really fun. I agree. Is that a game mode that I've actually been talking a little bit with a few rioters that I do communicate with, is if they had, for just a game mode, original Season 1 Technicolored limited champ pool, because it's Season 1 game mode. So you're playing Season 1 of League of Legends, which means you only have about 40 champions that you get to play, and it's on the ridiculous old pixel map that is hyper neon colors. That would be awesome. I would love to see that happen. I don't think they're ever going to do it, but if they did, you can bet that I would play the crap out of that, because old Ashe was OP as heck, because she got gold every time that she, what was it, auto-attacked?
I think you're right. Yeah, I think it was every time she autoed.
Every time.
Or no, I think maybe it was every crit. Hang on, now I gotta look this up.
Okay, it might have been every crit, because I know that TF was every minion that he killed, he got extra gold. I think
he still
Ashe
does.
was right. He still does. But I think Ashe was similar mechanic, but a little bit different. She got a lot of gold. Her ult was insane. All I remember is that I played a lot of Ashe and destroyed everything. And we're going to get Death Design on the jungle Urgot. Let's see how it goes. If we have to do some analyzing on it, I would say that Urgot in the jungle needs to focus on the single minion camps. You're thinking
I'm
the Gromp.
I'm gonna say 2 words.
Good.
Shotgun knees.
That's the thing.
Take out the Raptors with the shotgun knees.
That's true. That's true. Early game damage isn't the greatest, so I'd love to see a red buff into a Gromp, into a blue buff, into a Scuttle Crab, just to be able to get up to about level 3. But if you think about coming from the jungle in a gank, there's potential that his flip could still set things up really well for his team, as we've got some really fun troll picks coming out, which I am excited about. Phantom of Temp picks up the Teemo for the side of Team Finn, as DRF Cobra on the Kindred, who is totally broken right now, and holy crap, please patch. Boxy grabs the Anivia for the mid lane.
Yeah, Anivia for the mid lane. Meanwhile, we got Fallen Angel's going to be on Poppy in the top lane, and Swiffer taking Draven down to the bot lane. I'm sorry, I didn't quite do that right. Let me get that again. Draven. Draven.
There you
In the
go.
bot
You need to
lane.
curl your mustache when you say it as well. Which yeah, your really long, glorious mustache that
My
you
really,
totally
my
have.
really long curly mustache. I just saw myself do that on the stream, and I looked super creepy. Everyone, did I look creepy?
I think you looked a little like Shaco. Not quite.
Wait.
So the Riven and the Renekton banned away from the side of Tilt the Meta, but that means Delicious Seal has the opportunity to jump onto the Darius. The likelihood that he will take it somewhere not top lane is unlikely, considering that we do have a Poppy for the top lane already, but it could be fun to go with that brother duo of the Darius Draven bottom lane role. Never seen it before on the stream, but I've actually played it before. It's insane, it doesn't work, but it's awesome and fun at the same time.
It is very fun. It is very fun.
You just line it up. You get the Darius pulling somebody in with the Apprehend, lining it up for Draven's axes to come piling through, and oh boy.
Alan, oh man, oh, I'm scared now.
Ban
Oh,
the
boy.
Zed, pick up the other assassin of Talon, who is currently a solo queue monster in the game with electrocute, does insane damage. This is going to be a painful game for Finn, unless Leona can land everything.
Yeah, and Leona needs about a quarter-second cooldown on her stun in order to keep everybody down. So I don't think that's gonna happen unless they buff the game, patch the game in the next couple minutes. That is.
Come on, Sharky. Come on, Sharky.
Show me what you got, Sharky. What do you got, Sharky? Sharky?
Okay, he's going for the Jhin. All right. I was wondering, I've seen him play some pretty spectacular Morgana support, but it is going to be Leona playing that supportive role, Conflicted Rogue. Sweet! Thank you for jumping in. Playing the Leona, so instead goes for the ADC of Jhin, which pairs very nicely with Leona. You start to just line up the CC, played that a lot with Wraith when we were duo queuing. You get the initial Zenith Blade stun from Leona, line it up straight into the snare from Jhin, line it up to the ult of Leona, line it up with a fourth shot of Jhin, and you just pile on the damage in that bottom lane. So if they can get the initial engage onto Draven, which as a kind of shorter range champion isn't that hard, it's going to go really well for the side of FN2187. How about that?
Yeah, it's not gonna be. I definitely like it. Leona being the main tank for the team does mean that they're not going to have as much ability to mitigate damage in the early game. It's more later that Leona starts to come online, so I am a little bit worried about that, especially with the Urgot and Thresh on the other side. Urgot, Thresh, Poppy can definitely do it. However, once again, the thing I always harp on, you've got almost a full AD comp on the side of not Finn.
Tilt the meta.
Tilt the meta. On the side of Tilt the meta, they got a full AD comp over there. Save Thresh, who puts out a little bit of magic damage, not too much. Not enough to be consequential. So I am a little concerned for them on that, but I think they'll be all right since their opponent does not have any major tanks except for that Leona, who takes some time to come online. So it's another one of those games where we're looking for Tilt the meta to push the advantage, get an early edge, and if they can do that and start shoving down towers quickly, they've got a good chance to win this game.
All right, so game number 2, Tilt the Meta versus team FN2187. For the side of Tilt the Meta, we've got Fallen Angel YT16 taking the Poppy in the top lane. Swipper with the Draven bottom lane AD carry role. Death's Design picking the Urgot. Raise your hyperkinetic position reversers. Urgot for the jungle, doing the caster's pick, as I'm just now calling it. Delicious Seal with the Talon in the mid lane, and Sejaces on the support of Thresh in that bottom lane.
And then on the side of FN2187, we have DRF Cobra taking Kindred into the jungle. Phantom of Tempt with the Teleport Anivia in the mid lane. Teemo, played by a Boxy Box, going up to the top side of the map. Conflicted Rogue taking Leona down to the bot lane to support Sharky Law's Jhin.
All right, so if you had to pick a team to win, who would it be and why?
I am going to go with Tilt the Meta on this one. I do like their ability to start pushing an advantage early and really ramp it up, especially with a couple of lanes they've got established. Leona, yes, she can get in there, but Thresh can easily mitigate Leona's engages with a Flay, and so I'm looking to Sajasis to really be the one who sets that tone and stops Leona from getting those engages. Because if Leona doesn't get those strong engages, then basically the entirety of the engage comes down to, can Anivia put her wall in the right spot? And while yeah, Phantom of Temp can put the wall in the right spot, I don't necessarily think it's the best option for their engagement, especially into an Urgot and a Talon and a Poppy.
And for the side of Team Finn, I think they actually could win it. One of the main things is they need to use that disruption, as you're talking about the wall of the Anivia and Leona, but I wouldn't even say so much for the Jhin as it is the Kindred. Once Kindred gets 4 marks, she can start to take over a game. Seen it multiple times in pro play, extremely strong champion, especially late game. You're worried about Urgot, you're worried about Talon, they can't assassinate you if you literally can't die for 3 to 4 seconds. So you need to get this Kindred fed, you need to get her going. She should be able to 1v1 Urgot on the early side of the game, especially after getting those 4 marks. So if you give her a serious advantage in the jungle, you apply lots of pressure, let her do her thing, there's a really good chance that FN2187 delays the game to a point in which Leona becomes unkillable, hyper tank. Jhin just has massive burst damage. Once he gets 3 items, he can chunk people out for insane damage. But if Tilt the Meta start the pressure early, get that snowball going, a Talon, a Draven, a Poppy, we've seen Poppy take over games before, they should be able to come out to a win for themselves. So, I know you're not a betting man, but if you were, you said Tilt the Meta?
I would go Tilt the Meta.
All right, so you're going Tilt the Meta. I'm going Finn. Let's see if the Star Wars geek nerd in me can cheer this team on to actually come out with the win, despite it being a little bit of an unconventional pick. I am happy, though, to see main ADCs coming back out into the meta, because everyone was freaking out for so long about ADCs are gone, play Vlad bottom lane, but we do still get to see the Jhin and the Draven coming out with your normal supportive champions, the Leona and the Thresh. And the thing is, I don't think those weird compositions of the Vlad or the Swain, bottom lane Fiddlestick support, I don't think those things are out of the meta. I just simply think that people are going back to things that they're a little bit more comfortable on, and that's why we're seeing them more in game.
And I think the way you can really say that is the meta is actually opening up here, rather than it just being, okay, now you have to play mages in the bot lane. It's actually, you could play a mage or you could play a traditional ADC. So you've actually got that wide open panel you can look at and say, okay, who do I want to play today? Who is going to be effective with the champions that the rest of my team has picked? And in the cases of these games, you can kind of think about it in terms of, okay, who can I take that's going to either A, throw off my opponents as to what we're going to be playing on this team, or B, what can I do to put pressure on them to force them into a certain strategy?
Ladies and gentlemen, we made it into the game! I love it. We don't even need any freaking out because we actually just made it into the game as per normal. This is totally what was going to happen. I knew it. It's cool. It's just chill. No, but we are into game number 1. I'm actually not even going to open Creative Suite, and I'll just use the game as it currently stands because I'm concerned that if I open Creative Suite, things might break even more. So no, well, you know what? I'm going to try.
I'm testing it right now.
Okay, you test it. You let me know if it works. If it works, because zooming out in big team fights, especially in this game where Leona is going to have those ultimates from a pretty good distance, is going to be crucial and will be easier to catch out what's happening in the game if she's doing that. So we got 4, though, from the side of Team Finn, invading on the bottom side. If they catch out Urgot early on, this could be really good. Draven playing very safe underneath his second-tier turret, though. That might give vision over to the side of Tilt the Meta. No, they did not see it. Now they're going to find Urgot, but there's no ward in there. They see him starting to walk away. Immediately flashes, though. Zenith Blade from Leona not going to land. Neither the stun from Anivia. And I think that's actually a really big deal and bad from the side of Team Finn is that they warded the secondary bush here rather than actually warding the bush next to the Drake. And that's usually where the jungler is going to be standing, not all the way over here. So, okay.
Yeah, they revealed themselves too early. And as a result, they didn't get the advantage they wanted. They did get Death's Design's flash. So he is down a flash. But it's definitely not as effective as they probably wanted it to be there.
Sorry for the mouse sticking on the mini-map. Boxy did start with that poison, so he's going to be looking for the massive harass on Poppy, which is going to be a little bit hard considering that she's going to have that passive of the buckler that heals herself up. But if he can keep that poke on very, very hard, it should be okay. We'll see how those two go up as Leona finds the Zenith Blade onto the Draven, getting Swipper down to half health. The Flay from the Thresh pushes Sharky Lowell back. Conflicted Rogue on the run. Ignite ticking down. Sharky Lowell, maybe first blood. Jace's flashes forward. He still has Flay available. It'll be up in just a second or two. Sharky Lowell does get Flayed back as well as Conflicted Rogue. Solo, Swimmer flashes forward underneath the turret. Leona goes back in with the Zenith Blade. It's a trade of support for ADC, and Jace takes massive damage as Boxy on the top side gets some harass damage onto Poppy. Flashes forward. Sharky Lowell with the fourth shot. Double kill for the Jhin. Team Finn comes out huge in the bottom lane.
And not only that, Cobra was wandering down there to make sure that that kill did get secured. So we've got a massive advantage now. Sharky Law able to put a stop to the Jhin Thresh bottom lane before it really gets started as Death's Design starts to come in on the top side here.
He's got the double buffs, misses the grenade. Boxy sitting around the corner, does get thrown back. There's the stun as well, but they still don't have vision on him. Poppy getting a little bit of a slam. They're trying to figure out where he is. Kindred with the Marcus headed up here. They get the grenade. Boxy is so low. They know he's somewhere in the bush, but they cannot see him. How long will this dance continue? There's another throw. The stun in the corner. They know that he's there. Oh, there comes the shotgun grenades from Death's Design. Boxy is down underneath 100 health. How long can the Teemo survive? 81 health taking away. Finally, Death's Design gets away with a grenade, but a beautiful dance in the top lane leads to the death of the Teemo eventually, and the jungle Urgot comes out with a kill.
I'm sorry. I love that.
That was pretty spectacular. And honestly,
I wish we need whenever you post that, we need that like classic Cardinal music.
Oh, Zenith Blade once again with the stun. There's the snare. The combo onto Swipper. He's gone. Jhin with some beautiful damage in the bottom lane. So Jace has got nothing. Forced to back out as well. And the best thing about the Teemo is that entire time, Poppy was not getting farm that was pushed underneath the turret. So farm is actually even between these two top laners just due to the amount of time that Teemo wasted with Poppy trying to find him in the bush.
Yeah, and you know, if you're Poppy in that situation, you really, you know, as much as you want the kill, wander over to the side, get that farm, because that's another way you can push that advantage with Teemo not being able to do a thing. Because if Teemo reveals himself, he dies.
And let the jungler be the one who just sits in the bush to get the kill. You know, it is that solo queue mentality. Everyone wants to kill. Everyone wants to go aggressive. But let the jungler do his thing. It's a jungle Urgot, for goodness sake. Give him a tiny advantage. Help him out a little bit. Fallen Angel going in on Boxy. Found him up here. The blind goes down, forcing Fallen Angel to retreat as Boxy gets a pretty good advantage up in the top side.
Yeah, a lot of minion damage taken by Boxy there, so he is going to have to fall back, get a little bit of health back. Does pop the potion to ensure that some of that health is coming back to him. But he does have the advantage of now being able to make sure that if Fallen Angel steps up, that's a toxic shot, and that's a blinding shot, and that's a lot of damage going on to this Poppy.
Yeah, and one of the things that I like is that we've shoutcasted a lot of games. We've shoutcasted a lot of these same players, though Fallen Angel is still fairly new. Oh, goes in for a little bit of damage onto Boxy, tries to get the heal, flashes out back underneath the turret. Boxy walking a long way around. We'll see how much farm Poppy can pick up on the backside of that fight. But we've seen a lot of stuff, all right? We've seen a lot of these players play this game over and over and over. And we still get to see some fun new things like that. That's what makes this experience. That's what makes XLNC Shoutcasting. That's what makes this whole thing awesome. Is that despite how many times I've seen you guys play this game, there's still cool stuff. Nice hook there. Death Sentence into the Flay. Sharky Lowell dropped down fairly low, but Swipper has to play on the safer side here. Ignite ticking away onto Sharky Lowell's dropped him to half. The snare onto Jace's. The crit damage comes down. The Thresh might be out. Good Flay. Pushes the members of Finn back. Swipper going aggressive. Zenith Blade right into the stun as well. Grenade. But the pull there from the Death Sentence might finish off Leona. Doesn't matter because we missed the Thresh dying. Leona did go down after that exchange in the top lane. Teemo picks up the Urgot who tried to engage too early. And Cobra was there for the re-engage, and we have spectator mode available to the side. It doesn't matter because Delicious Seal hops the wall, flashes forward, cleans up the Jhin. So Delicious Seal getting his first kill in the mid lane.
I was just about to comment on the Jhin having not died yet, and then he immediately dies. Sharky, good job. 4-1-1 sitting on the shin, 41 farm, 21 farm over this Draven already, who has been completely shut down, making fantastic work of just completely neutralizing this major threat on the board because he dies too often, so he can't even build up the stacks. He can't build up the adoration and really take advantage of being Draven by getting kills, by making those executions happen. If Draven can't get ahead, can't get the farm in order to get the kills, then Draven is honestly one of the weaker ADCs if he can't take advantage of his, well, advantages.
Exactly, and one of those things is that you need to be stacking up both the minion kills, get that extra gold, and kill people off. 0-3, and assists are not quite enough. You really want to be getting those kills. Thresh is a good partner for that, but so far, because of the early aggression from the side of Finn, it's been 2 kills onto the Thresh, which is not what you want to see. You want that on your hyper-scaling champion of the Draven. Now, on the opposite side of that, Kindred, we're actually going to check in really quick and see how many stacks. 2 stacks so far.
I literally just looked at that.
A little bit left to go. Is on the side of the chickens, and we'll be moving in to invade that. So that will be the 3rd stack. We'll have to keep track of when that 4th stack comes in. Phantom of Temp, nice wall. Disengages the Talon, though. Talon against Anivia is a pretty nice matchup for Delicious Seal because he can parkour, or Assassin's Path, the Anivia wall. Hop right over that. The chasing in now onto Kindred. Leona moving up to try to defend that. Urgot coming around the side as well. So Death's Design here pushes everyone back, and it looks like neither team wants to engage around the dragon.
Fallen Angel keeps popping the steadfast presence with Teemo there, and Teemo doesn't have a dash, so it's not really doing anything.
Yeah, just maybe trying to burn some extra mana because she's got so much of it. Phantom of Temp down to 200 health in the mid lane. Needs to be very, very careful. I believe has the passive available. Cobra going to find Delicious Seal inside the jungle as he evades. What?
Deleted.
Absolutely
destroyed. As soon as Delicious Seal saw Cobra, he popped the ult, went for the Noxian Diplomacy, and just nails the coffin closed for the aspect of death.
Yeah, so Kindred blown off the map by good invade from the Talon, who I believe saw her pass by between those 2 turrets because the minions were pushed up. Either way, just goes in, grabs the kill, backs out. Now 2-0-0, sitting on 1,400 gold, but 4,000 overall for himself, is almost 1,000 ahead of the rest of his team. And we'll be making pretty good use of that over the course of the game. The one member for Team Finn, the Jhin, doing the great job of trying to carry from the bottom side. Hasn't completed his first item yet, so we'll see what he decides to go with. Should be the Stormrazor's Edge, though. That's pretty much ADC stable at this point in the game.
Yeah, and I really like what I'm seeing out of Finn right now. They've got had a lot of vision on the bot side. One ward did just expire in the Tri-Brush, but they've got 2 control wards blocking them. On 2 control wards on the river, making sure that Urgot can't come through that river and take advantage of that bottom lane being pushed up, because they are going to be almost constantly pushed up due to the fact that they're so far ahead. They can play a lot more aggressively than they normally would, and it's going to give them an advantage as Kindred is coming up in Tri-Brush here on top side.
Yeah, and one of the great things in the top side is that Teemo is over 20 farm above this Poppy. Going in. Yep, that's going to be a nice stun onto Boxy. Tower shot going to finish the Teemo off. So 1 kill for Fallen Angel. Gets the shield as well. The heal on top of it pushes Cobra right off. And that's the double kill for the Poppy. Outplay in the top lane. Beautifully done by Fallen Angel. There's the resurrection for Anivia. She has been turned into egg form. Delicious Seal taking a couple of turret shots. Oh! The stopwatch for Phantom of Temp. He may still go down. Very low health, but the outplay of egg form straight into stopwatch was glorious. Was insane.
Barely got the stopwatch off in time. You were talking about the outplay in top lane. Cobra outplayed himself there. Cobra dropped the ultimate to try and save Boxy as Boxy flashed over the wall, and as a result, that left Fallen Angel in this zone where Angel could not die. And so Angel was able to keep fighting despite the low health, and that's why Cobra died. It wasn't really too much. I mean, don't get me wrong, Angel did a great job there taking advantage of what she was given, but Cobra really outplayed himself there.
Absolutely. Sharky Lowell backing up on the bottom side as Talon comes around the corner. They are going to see him killing that. Yeah, silly things. That's the new Jaws theme. Silly, 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 silly. Pentakill! Pretty much. So good play there. Keeps the Anivia alive in the mid lane. Didn't even burn Flash. The death sentence just shy, but they do get the snare down. Conflicted Rogue may go in on this with a nice ultimate. Lines both of them up, and Thresh is standing on the side defending. Jace is Ignite taking away. Swipper extremely low. Does get picked off with the last shot of Sharky Low. Conflicted Rogue flashing off to the side. Beautiful play. Cobra in trouble now. Delicious Seal doing silly things. Gets down under 200 health. They get the stun. Can the 3v1 stop Delicious Seal and at least pushes him out? Here comes Urgot though from the bottom side. Looks like they are going to back away. Good warding from the Leona just to keep vision on where that Talon could go as the members of Tilt the Meta are going to back away, and Team Finn starts up the Mountain Drake.
Yeah, they've got an opportunity here, especially with the Urgot moving through. The thing about Urgot is that Urgot is very slow. And as a result of being very slow, Urgot does not have much opportunity to get what needs to be done in the river, get done in the jungle, done.
And the top lane, the farm continues to stack up for Boxy on this Teemo, 84 to 57. It's one of those things that maybe we need to see this Teemo go against Death's Designs Poppy, or even Poppy Pills Poppy, because I wonder how those trades would go. But at the moment, Box on this Teemo seems to have this Poppy's number and continues to force her to be staying underneath her own turret.
And I like Poppy, not only Teemo's play up here, but also Teemo's placement of these shrooms. I mean, if you look across the map here, every possible entrance, except now that one shroom just despawned in the middle of the river, in the middle entrance here, but there's shrooms covering every possible entrance. If anybody's going to come into this lane, they're going to hit a shroom. And then on top of that, he was pulling the minions around to make sure that they did not hit his shrooms while he was kiting back, while he was catching his farm. So as a result, Teemo catches a lot of farm and makes sure that his shrooms stay intact. So if Fallen Angel comes forward, if Death's Design tries to make a gank happen, they are going to hit at least one or two of those shrooms.
Well, there's Poppy hitting one of them. Leona engaging the bottom side, finds the ult, the snare, the Q as well. Swipper going to be in trouble. Sharky Low wastes an auto attack on the Thresh. Gets him low, but still takes out the kill. Draven is gone, and now it's just the Jaces. However, Conflicted Rogue left to her own devices. Sharky Low says, I see Talon. I'm out. Goodbye. Here's the flash. I'm gone. As Death Design going to catch out Cobra. Nice ultimate as well. The suppression down immediately into the fear onto the Teemo. In the meantime, though, the snare onto Thresh. The Jason's going to fall just due to the tower. That shield not going to be enough. In the top side, Box trying to 1v2. Gets the kill on one. Poppy slams him into a mushroom of his own. Blinded still gets the last auto attack, though, and that will be a trade of kills. 2 for 2 on the top side. Phantom of Temp free pushing the mid lane as Talon was invested in the bottom side. But that is just Anivia catching back up to the 133 farm on this Talon. So things back and forth across the map. Team Finn looking a little precarious though, but even up in gold and kills, their power is just in different areas.
Yeah, all across the map you see these very subtle differences. Delicious Seal doesn't get quite as much of a jump as I thought you could jump over that wall. I'm so glad I was right. Oh, that was interesting. Oh. Did you see that?
Let's see what?
The slight spectator bug where it actually showed the red path that it gives
around the wall,
around the terrain. Yeah, it actually gave it to us on the temporary terrain. That was interesting.
Pretty cool. Cobra is having a rough time. I mean, still sitting on 3 stacks at the moment. Hasn't even gotten the 4th stack. Unfortunately, the last stack was the enemy team's Gromp. And this time, it was the chickens as well. And they're gone. Death's Design doing a good job of just clearing those stacks up. One of the things that Cobra on this Kindred wants is to get those stacks, but also be able to put them on members of the enemy team that he can go in and help to get a kill. However, nobody is just easy enough to grab a kill. Phantom of Temp, nice flash. Gets the stun down, but it's just outside of turret range. Death's Design trying to just push the Anivia back. They want the turret. In the meantime, Draven should be falling in the bottom lane again. Sharky Low steps forward to grab that kill. And moving on to Sejaces as well. The bottom side from Finn is doing a really good job. Sharky Low underneath the turret, though. Woo! The aggression getting him excited. He will back out, though, As Talon comes to the bottom side, can they stop him? The burst is way too much. And the members of Finn on the bottom side going to fall. Talon gets a double kill, 4-0-1. Can't push against Anivia. Go get some extra kills. The flash from Boxy. Cobra's here. They finally get a kill onto the Poppy on the top side for a second time. Free pushing that, as that is now their one lane that they do have a pretty heavy advantage of just in terms of push.
And that's the 4th stack for Kindred too. Put the mark onto Fallen Angel prior to coming into lane. So Kindred is now at that break point where she starts to become a lot more of a problem than she otherwise would be. As we see Cobra and Boxy just completely decimating this tower, taking it down. That's 2 towers on the top side of the map. Meanwhile, no towers have been taken by the side of Tilt the Meta so far.
And one of those things for Team Finn, even though their mid lane is very low, you have that massive wave clear of the Anivia that's going to keep that pushed in. It's going to be really hard to get the turret unless you take a Rift Herald or something to turn it, to get it down. And for the side of Tilt the Meta, their mid and bottom lane turrets are extremely low. That is standing gold for Team Finn. All they need to do is put 2 or 3 members there, push it in, a couple of range auto attacks, they're going to have it. As Jace just slowly hooks down the turret. He's tearing away stone one by one.
Yeah, Jason is going to manage to get this. I think that's an interesting choice to put that gold onto the Thresh. However, Talon in the bot side getting ready to go for the engage here while his opponents are looking at the tower.
Oh, nice immediate stun by Leona. They get the double stun as well with the ultimate on top of it. Delicious Seal backs out. Nice knockback from the Draven, but not going to be enough. Sharky Lol also sidestepping the death sentence from the Thresh. Uses the ultimate to try to knock down Talon, but forced to heal. Trying to get out. Doesn't have flash. Suppressed and pulled back with the ultimate from the God. And he's going to help clear up the Thresh as well. Or sorry, the Leona as well. Thresh getting that kill. And that's what I wanted to say about the Thresh, is we still have some action on the top side. This is now a 5-3 Thresh. Why the heck not put that extra gold on him? He's becoming unkillable as it is. Fallen Angel, not unkillable though. Boxy with some nice play, and the top side takes him out. The teleport from Anivia to the bottom side to try to defend that, as now the mid lane for Tilt the Meta is going to fall as well, and they're continuing to stack up their gold. Kindred, though, should probably be killed.
Yeah, that's well, Kindred's gonna blow the ultimate and stay alive just a little bit longer, and flashes over the wall to her own death.
Yeah, that's one of those that you probably should just throw up a little insignia.
Just throw up an emote
and then
accept that you're toasty.
Yep. Oh, there's the egg form on the Anivia, but I don't know that she's going to have any fancy play to get out of this one, as those blades will finish her out before she even comes back. Talon definitely becoming a problem at this point, 5-0-2. Now, the one thing is that Tilt Meta has the Teemo, and Teemo's not terrible at taking out a Talon just due to the blind, forcing the flash out from the Draven. Boxy's pressure on the top lane is ridiculous. Gets ulted backwards for just a moment. Auto attack into Fallen Angel. Will the poison be enough to take out the Poppy? Looks like she will live, but keeps the pressure up enough that on the bottom side, they are going to start pushing. Talon did fall. Delicious Seal cleaned up. I think that was just a combination of Team Finn duo killing him in the bottom lane.
Yep, the kill credit did go over to Leona on that one.
A little jealous of the Thresh, and he got a ways to go. He needs to pick up 3 more kills to tie that Thresh up on the kill count, but overall, I think the Jin's doing a little better than the Draven, so Leona doesn't have to feel too bad about it.
Yeah, well, and then you gotta keep in mind too, their kill participation, they both participated in 9 kills.
Yeah,
right, Thresh has just done a better job of last hitting champions.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Ooh, Leona going super aggressive, finds the Urgot, Death Design, causes Jace to come in as well, plays him back. Leona trying to tank it up, but despite being flashing away, Urgot going in aggressive now onto the Jhin. Cobra trying to get some damage down, hopping and popping away. Anivia coming in from the side of the flay. Back, Anivia stun. Doesn't find Jace's Fallen Angel here as well. Talon assassinating Sharky Low from the backline. Can he get the blast cone? No, he will not, but will still fall to the Teemo, who's wrecking a house. Takes away the Talon, takes away the Poppy. Anivia finishing, getting the last shot on that one. Bloody engage, 3 for 3. Top side's pushing on the side of Tilt the Meta, but it's got a ways to go before getting too far. Phantom of Tempt dropped low. Swipper, though, is going to be just destroyed by Boxy. The wall stops Death Design for the moment. The stun comes down. Phantom of Tempt gets the help from the Infernal Drake as well. One more shot to finish Death Design off. No, it's...
no, the Drake resets.
The Drake resets. The Death Design walks away. He's not crabby about that one at all. Conflicted Rogue does the ultimate. Can she steal it away with jumping over the wall, decides not to try to chase down the Urgot, instead goes for clearing wards. Well, that was so darn close.
Oh, man.
Woo! Even in gold, almost even in kills, still an Infernal Drake on the map. The 1 and 5 Kindred having a rough time, but starting to stack up some of that damage. Late game is what Kindred loves, and Teemo showing up huge in that fight. Glad to have that full 5v5 between it all, even though in the end, Tilt the Meta won it by just a sliver of health on the Urgot.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought the Infernal was gonna ice that off, but they did manage to step just far enough away and manage to break the patience here.
Silly. Penta!
Well, that's a dead Anivia.
Yep. Silly doing silly things. What I love is the fact that Leona just went through there using the red trinket to clear it up and to make sure. Hey, thank you, Ice Trainer GG, for the follow. Appreciate that. Feel free to jump into game number 3 if you want to. If you play League and you want in, we do 3 games. This is game number 2. Anyone can play. But Sweeper had just gone through there, Conflicted Rogue, trying to clear up any wards. And then immediately afterwards, Talon walks in and camps out in the bush. And so there was almost no way for Phantom of Temp to guess that that's where the Talon was. And it was just really good positioning by the Talon to get that extra kill.
Good positioning, lucky timing, combination of a lot of factors there. I really like the, I'm going to this here, I really like the Boots of Swiftness buy on this Urgot. Where I was talking earlier about Urgot being a little bit slow to begin with, and making him slower is one way to really kite him out and prevent him from being able to do anything. So reducing the the duration of slow effects on him is very good. Oh, look,
Box finds it. The blind. Ooh, the outplay is so close. Ignite taking away Phantom of Steel. It still falls.
That's gonna be
Ignite
dead.
and Poison is enough to take him out. There's that 1-for-1 as Sharky Lol finds the Jaces, uses the ultimate, but Kindred is here as well, going to guarantee the kills. Sharky Lol picks up his 10th kill of the game. And as crazy as it is, 25 to 22 in kills, it's still a fairly even game in gold. We have had some extremely even games overall tonight, which is really, really cool to watch.
Yeah, I'm always excited when we get these close games because it means that we actually get to see that our players test the limits of their champions and test the limits of themselves.
So, 3 members of Team Finn forced back. Nice wave clear by the Urgot in the top lane. Cobra trying to clear the minions. He's going to have a little bit of a rough time clearing Fallen Angel on the Poppy, who now is getting pretty tanky. The tower helping out a little bit. Swipper's got massive damage, though. Jhin, not quite going to find the snare that he wanted to. Phantom of Temp is low. They get the stun onto the Urgot, trying to get a little bit of extra damage. Sharky goes back in. Cobra using the ultimate as well, keeping himself alive for the moment. That's keeping Super alive as well. Will fall. The Draven finally goes down. Urgot picked up as well. Fallen Angel down to 300 or so health. Just uses the ult to knock Leona away. Cobra wants to chase in, but will not be able to do so. So the members of Finn back out and immediately turn onto the Drake. The jungler is gone. Talon could still sweep in and try to steal this away, though.
Well, we saw this weekend Talon make a big play on a couple of low health bar members of Cloud9 to go for the limit. Yeah, that's a dead Baron.
I don't have Creator Sweep open, so I can't zoom out enough to see the Baron, but that's a gone Baron. The damage from the Jhin, Anivia, and Teemo combined, easily able to clear it up. Storm Razor completed on the Kindred as well, so she's going to start actually hurting. Leona getting nicely tanky. I love the full supportive role, just going for that Lock of Iron Solari and Knight's Vow, not too concerned with her own safety, instead focusing on those shields and extra armor for the rest of the team. And this is where things start to get scary for Tilt the Meta, because as a full AD team, all you need to do is for, not dying, build extra armor, and you're okay.
Yeah, one or two armor items is really all you need. That Knight's Vow already sitting on the Leona is going to make her a major problem. And it looks like based on the 2 fairy charms, we're going to be going redemption on this Leona next. But after that, I would not be surprised to see some major armor items come out. Possibly even the Thornmail coming out to reflect some of the damage back at Draven and Talon as they try to work out some damage on Leona. Which of course, once you get that point, the Leona's not going to die.
Which, Draven, as beautiful as his mustache may be, is not much of a concern this game. 0, 9, and 10 having a... Oh, Nice crit damage. Oh, one more shot might do it. Oh, the turnaround assassination.
Delicious Seal comes back with the
Can he
damage
drop
there.
the wall down? Oh! Barely flashes the wall. Giraffe Cobra actually flashes the wall as well, trying to finish off Sejaces. They are going to get the kill. Conflicted Rogue using the ult to get that. Boxy finishes off Fallen Angel on the top side. The turnaround damage from Death Design getting the Conflicted Rogue low. The ult forced out from Cobra, and Death Design flashes away from it. Will fall down, so Finn wins out a massive teamfight despite not being able to finish off Delicious Seal to start it all off. Really good play from the Thresh to guarantee taking out the main damage dealer, Sharky Lol, on the side of Team Finn, as Delicious Seal wants to assassinate Cobra, and what Seal wants, Seal gets.
Meanwhile, though, Box taking advantage of the fact that most of the enemy team is on the bot side. Finn is going to get the first inhibitor in this game.
That is some serious attack damage on the Teemo. Attack speed on this Teemo. And able just to pile on the damage onto now the mid lane Nexus turret. Takes that out as well. The Thresh death sentence comes in, but Leona follows straight back up. The one double man stun from Anivia. That's going to be Draven, and the Thresh falling as well. Poppy going shortly afterwards on top of that. Second inhibitor falling. Death Design tries to go in. Conflicted League once straight in, but the suppression onto Teemo guarantees a kill. Nothing can stop Urgot from feasting away one of your team, and they're going to get a second kill. Tilt the meta is not out of it yet, despite being down 5,000 gold.
Yeah, but they definitely did fall behind, and we talked about scaling being on the side of Team Finn this game, so I don't think they're going to be able to pull it back and get to pull it off. If they do, though, it is on the back of Delicious Seal. He needs to be ready. Him and Death's Design both need to be ready to hard carry this game and hard carry their team to victory, because otherwise it is simply not going to happen.
I have played a decent amount of Urgot since his rework, and I have to say, I don't like his ult. Not because it's not a good ultimate, but because I suck at landing it. And consistently, Death's Design has been on point with those this game. 5, 6 of his kills have been because of that ultimate. So huge credit to him for actually landing something that I personally suck at landing. I'm really, really bad at it. Don't put me on the new Urgot.
It's not just playing with the initial ult itself, but it's also following off. Sorry, I just got a text from my wife.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, text messages from wife take importance. Mountain Drake starting up by Team Finn. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just saying, it's not just the landing the ult, but it's also the follow-up play to the ult. Earlier on in the game, he flashed into the enemy team after landing an ult on somebody in order to secure the fear on a couple of extra members. And that resulted in a little bit of extra CC, which gave them an advantage in that fight.
That was the top side with the Teemo up there, eventually guaranteeing a 2-for-2, which was just so good. Because when you initially get it, you're pulling somebody back to your location. But if you get the fear on somebody else flashing forward, that's just some serious knowledge of the champion. There's suppression, another kill onto Teemo through that as well. But now Team Finn on the opposite side of the map where there should be. Looks like Poppy's headed back to try to rejoin. No one in the bush for Leona to Zenith Blade 2. They're chasing onto the Urgot. Cobra gonna find him and stop the recall. He turns the aggression around, gets some super good damage. The ultimate from the Kindred, keeping herself alive for the moment, getting low, eventually will go down.
Counter kill.
Yep, rate of kills. The Urgot bursting with those explosive kneecaps, shotgun kneecaps, takes her out with himself falling on top of it.
Yeah, that's I honestly, if I'm Urgot, I feel really good about that. Just being able to pull that whole thing off and get the Seal coming in.
To the back line, executes the Jin, takes him out. Phantom of Temp shortly to follow as well. Conflicted Row trying to CC as much as possible. The Anivia has been turned into egg form, so there's a few moments left. The stun on Delicious Seal keeps his damage from going down too late. Can Anivia get the outplay of her life? Uses the Zanya to stay alive for the moment. Delicious Seal extremely low. That's an icicle. Is the Thresh, the ADC Thresh 5 and 7 can't find the kill on to Phantom of Temp. 200 health, but the red buff from Anivia should be able to slow Sejaces. Is he gonna get the outplay? Gets this stun. Phantom of Temp walking away.
Oh my gosh. Phantom of Temp sitting on no mana. Manages to pull that off and get away from Sejaces.
I was wondering, the Draven ultimate had been used earlier, because that coming through would have been enough to finish it off.
Yeah,
they
that
are
would
going
have
to
come
hold
through, yeah.
the Nexus turrets, though, and that's actually huge for Tilt the Meta. Despite losing both inhibitors earlier in the game, they have held both Nexus turrets for the last several minutes. They still have that Infernal Drake to their name, double mountains on the side of Team Finn, but those mountains are only good on structures, and there's not many structures left for them to hit, whereas that Infernal Drake for Tilt the Meta will continue to scale with their damage.
Not to mention the Elder Drake is coming up, so if you can get the Elder Drake on the side of Tilt the Meta, you've got basically the equivalent, Infernal Drake equivalent of those two Mountain Drakes on your side, in addition to that little bit of burn damage coming through. So that's what they're looking for. However, we've got 5-man grouping up on the top side here for Team Finn. Looks like they're going to be moving over towards the Baron to try and execute that, as Fallen Angel just walks on top of a shroom after revealing it.
Yep, I mean, sometimes those shrooms are a little hard to hit, especially as a melee champion. I've actually been that melee support who has used it and then just let my ADC clear them, because if I walk just a little bit too close, I can pop those shrooms, and that could be a pretty decent amount of damage to myself. Baron will fall. No opportunity for Tilt the Meta to try to get in and stop that. Boxy heads to the top side to continue that push that he's been doing all game long. 10, 8, and 4. Looks like Team Finn has everything they need to finish the game off. All it requires is one good engage. Phantom of Tempo could be the turnaround for Death's Design, getting some good damage down. They know she doesn't have the passive. There's that pull-in with the ultimate. Seen it over and over again. Immediate fear onto Leona. She's pulled back. Is Tilt the Meta going to turn this around?
Base is being killed.
The base. The Nexus turrets are under fire. Boxy takes out one. Sharky Lol takes out the next. They're looking for the Nexus itself. They don't care about the fight. The assassination onto Kindred. They've gotten one. Sharky Lol needs to hit the Nexus because Teemo can't do that himself. He uses a stopwatch to take some extra time away. But in the end, Team FN2187 with Boxy's attack speed, Teemo burns the Nexus down and takes it. Because if they didn't do that, it was looking really bad for Team FN. Because Tilt the Meta had just taken out 3 members. That was actually kind of a close base race at the end.
Yeah, if they don't win that fight there at the end, you've got an opportunity, if you're Tilt the Meta, to turn around, take some structures, and regain some of the map and take some of that standing gold you've got. As it stands, though, they were not able to do so. Folk tunneled 5v1 onto Conflicted Rogue, onto the Leona, and left Boxy and Sharky Law to just slam away on their Nexus and as a result, they do fall in game 2.
It was a desperate move by Tilt the Meta. They got a couple extra kills. They thought maybe they could get back to the fountain in time to be able to save the Nexus, and it was close. It was honestly close. But in the end, still, Team FN2187 does take away the win, and Tilt the Meta comes out just a little bit short. So let's roll through MVPs and honorable mentions before we get into game number 3, which we have at least one new person playing, which I'm excited for. Ice Trainer GG, thank you for not only showing up for the follow as well, but we're excited to see what you bring to the game. Show us all how awesome you can just blow things away. And Chetty GG, he's Teemo, hey! Yes, I am the Teemo. I actually have XLNC Shroom right here. This is our mascot. Oh, you can't even see because I don't have the I don't have it up. There we go. Let's switch back to the post game. There we go. I switched away from the cameras to show the damage. There we go. XLNC Shroom is our analyst and host of the stream. Even though he doesn't talk much, we keep him limited because if we allowed him to talk, we'd take all of our jobs away.
He's super salty, too.
He's always salty. He's literally filled with 100% salt. But go ahead, Salek, with the honorable mentions and MVP for the winning team. Or for the losing team, sorry.
Yeah, for the losing team, for Tilt the Meta, I am going to give the honorable mention over to Death's Design. Taking this jungle Urgot that we challenged him with and actually running with it in a very effective manner, managing to get across the map, make plays happen. We talked at length about the ultimate and usage as well as the ultimate follow-up here from Death's Design. So props to you. I'm going to give the MVP over to Delicious Seal, simply because Delicious Seal had one less death than Death's Design. It was a fantastic game from Delicious Seal as well. Of course, every game from Delicious Seal is a fantastic game. You get to see him jumping a lot of the walls and really putting himself in a lot of fantastic positions. I love the wall jump for the early invade. early on in the game, finding the Kindred, killing the Kindred, really setting the Kindred so far behind that I don't think Kindred hit 4 stacks until right about at 20 minutes. And so as a result of that Kindred being so far behind at the beginning, it just set everything in motion so that they just kept pushing. Unfortunately, once Kindred got that 4th stack, they swung the game entirely back around. It was this close to Tilt the Meta getting what they needed in the early advantages to really turn that game into a slaughter. Unfortunately,
you need not follow, but you must witness.
Shetty GG, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. And I am going to give a huge shout out to Sharky Lol for a crazy good play on the Jhin. I'm actually going to give a little bit of extra shout out to him and say, there is his Twitch. He streams almost every single day. You can watch him play. He does some amazing stuff, gives a little bit of analysis as well. I watch him while I'm at work. I'll just jump on, have it playing in the background. I love hanging out on his channel. So if you enjoy watching people play some seriously cool games, you can go ahead and head over to Sharky Lol and watch him and all of the awesomeness that he does on his channel as well. So thank you, Sharky Lol, for coming and playing on our channel and spamming that out. I know you're about to start playing yourself. As you said, you were going to start streaming at 11 o'clock. So you delay that a little bit for our stream, and I appreciate that a lot. Good luck with your stream. Chetty.
Have fun, Sharky.
I feel like Chetty and Slim know each other. I feel like they know each other. I'm not sure.
I believe so.
Well, I'm a bigger fan of both of you, so good luck. Good luck. All right, for the honorable mention and MVP of the winning team, man, at the end of the day, I'm probably going to give the honorable mention to Conflicted Rogue